And good morning, everybody. This is Brandel's Garage, brought to you by Turk Furniture. Turk Furniture, beautifying homes in this area since 1885. And we've been talking about those custom bedroom sets on finished American wood, made in USA. And go and check those out right now and beautify your home even more. All right, here on Brandel's Garage today, you're not going to believe this. I'm about to interview a talk show host. Now, of course, I am a talk show host, but I've got one in here that is known for something on the internet. And when I heard about this, I thought, hey, wait a minute, we got to talk about this. So Lisa Zoncius is with us, and Lisa Zoncius created something called the Business Water Cooler, which you can hear on the internet. Now, we all have had conversations around water coolers in our time, but this is a new way of looking at it. And Lisa is the chairwoman of the Plainfield Area Chamber of Commerce Home-Based Business Committee. So, Lisa Zoncius, welcome. This is right up your alley. Where'd you get this idea, huh?
Well, being a home-based business owner for around 18 years now, I decided that there was no particular outlet for home-based business owners to talk amongst each other, particularly about business, but also about social events and so forth. So it becomes a little bit isolated. So I decided to start this show as an outlet for other entrepreneurs to congregate together, talk to some of the viewers, to help them get some tips about how to run their business and also how to socialize and go out to the networking events and so forth.
Lisa Zoncius is our guest today. All right, so you called it the Business Water Cooler. How long did it take you to come up with the name?
To be honest with you, just a matter of a day, not even, just a few hours, because the water cooler was always in my mind the whole time, but the business water cooler is something I had to think about more effectively to identify that it was strictly for business.
All right, so this is about talking business, talking shop on your internet talk show. All right, let's talk the obvious. How can people hear this? Where do they go?
We have a Facebook page currently, and it's The Business Water Cooler. So you can find us on there and support the show. Anybody that supports the show actually supports our entrepreneurs who are on. So the more we share, the more I say care. And my motto of the show is, let's help each other grow.
How often do you have a new show, and how often does this come out and you bring some people together, or whenever you're ready? What do you do?
Well, I usually prep the show by theming it based on the subject matter, whether it's finance or marketing or networking, and then we try to find the guests that correlate to that so that it benefits their business to market themselves as well as benefits the experience to the viewers, or the listeners rather. So we do it about twice a month, and sometimes we actually do it 3 times a month, but we do record at Rasmussen College in Romeoville.
And you are with the Plainfield Area Chamber of Commerce Home-Based Business Committee, but is this open to all of Will County? How wide of an area do you cover?
We do primarily ask people to come as members. However, we do have a meeting the first Friday of the month. So the next one that's coming up, I believe, is May 3rd or May 6th. And it is an open door meeting for anybody who's non-members so that they can come learn about the chamber, the networking group for the home-based business owners. As well, I'm going to be talking about my particular show that they can come on.
Now, you say you have a home-based business. So what is it?
Oh, my business is Zoncom Productions. We've, again, been in business for 18 years. It's a media production business, so we offer photography, video, photo booths, as well as aerial media.
I have a lot of friends that do work at home or maybe have their own businesses at home, and what you were saying was you don't have that interaction. And you know what it's kind of like? It's the argument you hear about homeschooling. You have parents that have homeschooled their kids, and they make sure they join those other groups that give their kids the socialization they need. So you're giving these businesses the socialization they need.
That is a perfect scenario that you set me up for. That's perfect. That's exactly how it is. That's very relatable.
So now you get these people that meet each other, you exchange ideas, maybe even some business partnerships have been created. How widespread could your show go, or the kind of show you've created? What do you see in about 10 years?
I love that you asked that. We are going to plan on going on the road to different brick and mortars that are still small based businesses to support them, the small business owner. So we are going to eventually go on the road and talk to those business owners to kind of share their story and give them an opportunity to get some recognition. A lot of the mom and pop shops are not as recognized as the big box stores are. So we plan to take the show on the road and maybe even out of the state in the future.
Hey, let's talk about that, keeping the small business, because, you know, you've got the Will County Buy Locally group that tries to keep the mom and pop stores going. growing. So how much of a struggle is that to keep local business entrepreneurship and ownership and survival, keep it going?
Well, it's a good question, and there are a lot of shows on television that kind of cater to that concept. I think a lot of it has to do with marketing and being in the media, if you will. The more people that hear about it and go there and share and refer, the more support they get.
Lisa Zoncius is our guest, talking about her creation, the Business Water Cooler Internet Talk Show. You mentioned the Facebook page. Can people get a hold of you at a certain internet address or a phone number? They're thinking, hey, I want to be part of this. I want to be on the show. How do they get a hold of you?
Thank you. They can actually go to the Facebook page, but they also can do the domain name, because we will be posting that live website eventually. That would be thebusinesswatercooler.com. But our phone number is 815-676-5275.
All right. And you record at Rasmussen College, you say?
Yes, I do.
All right. So I have a couple of friends up north in Lake County that have an internet sports talk show. They were doing it at an attorney's office who happened to have a studio in his room. So, and I've learned people that have shows on the internet, you go wherever you can, get into a routine, wherever you feel welcome, right?
Exactly. And speaking of doing it on the internet, it's very popular to do a live feed on Facebook and other avenues, but we are doing a live feed as well, so that we can get instant recognition for our guests.
Let's talk about, your role with the Plainfield Area Chamber of Commerce Home-Based Business Committee. Plainfield, everybody knows the history, 5,000 people back in 1990, up to 35,000 people now. The growth finally slowed during the recession, but now what happens? Everybody talks about moderate growth is coming back, not crazy growth. Where do you see Plainfield as a whole, maybe a decade down the road?
Well, it's a good question. I can compare it to one of the more popular cities of Naperville. I think their downtown structure has immersed quite a bit with the restaurants and the outdoor patios and kind of the like. I think that we're going to grow and become one of those suburbs that's going to be on the map. For good schools, for great businesses. The community as a whole is very friendly, and the Chamber of Commerce provides those types of information to the newcomers that come, especially the business owners that want to join the Chamber and promote their business.
Absolutely. And of course, you have a very big school district that's not just in Plainfield. It touches 5 or 6 other communities as it goes back so many years. But the growth you saw in the community, in the school district, it got insane. We all know how we were always talking on this radio station about impact fees for schools, for new communities. But the business world changed a lot too. And what you hoped is what we were talking about before, that entrepreneurship, private ownership, the ma and pop business, and of course a lot of those private businesses are indeed things that are services on the internet or the production work you do. Basically, a lot of these businesses run by individuals are probably ideas we haven't thought of yet. There's still some ideas, young kids coming up that are going to go, hey, what about this? Nobody's tried this yet.
Yeah, exactly. And it's important that the small home-based or just a small brick and mortar-based businesses support each other and stay together as a community so that we can grow as an individual business in whatever town that they're thriving in.
Lisa Zoncius from, we should say, you're from the Chamber, but you're also from the host of the Business Water Cooler. And give us those Facebook and emails and all that one more time, please.
Sure. And a reason to tune in is to get some education and to inspire yourselves to become an entrepreneur, speaking of. And I do have a frequent guest, Andre Pace he's a business coach, so he is on there very frequently to help reiterate what the guests were talking about. And again, it's an educational platform as well as marketing our guests that are on there. And they can go to the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/the Business Water Cooler as one word.
That's great. And let me write it down as you say it this time. What was that phone number again?
Oh, sure. It's 815-676-5275. Because
if inevitably somebody will call me an hour from now. What was that number again? Yeah. So good. I've got that written down there. Got your card right here. I thank you. And Lisa Zoncius, continued success to you. This is a great idea, getting the ideas out on this talk show on the internet. We're glad you could be part of this talk show on the radio.
Thank you. And if anyone would like to sponsor the show, it helps keep our show flowing. The show, all of the sponsorship goes right back into the show. So if anyone's interested in sponsoring, getting some recognition, we would love to hear from you as well.
And call 815-676-5275. All right, Lisa, thank you so much. And
Thank you so much.
let's get you back in here maybe every so often and talk about the growth and the outlook for Plainfield and, of course, anything crazy that your business is doing that you want to talk about.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being here.
You betcha.